time doing like a live stream of not video games. As you read by the title, we are doing an in real life live stream of crafty stuff. So I don't need to watch a stream because I've got live chat there and I can see who's here. Yeah, so these pajamas are little TLDR, however that is. These are too big on me. I've lost a good amount of weight over the years, and I've had these for many years, since high school, or before high school actually. Well, during high school, which was over 4 years ago, which is crazy for me to be saying. That shocks me every time I say that. Anyways, these don't fit me. They're huge. Like, I can pull them all the way up here, so they're too big. These are the bottoms that we're going to be making into a bunny plushie. I've made plushies out of old t-shirts before. I'll show you the one I did like recently. And then I'm also going to be turning this shirt, which is, you can tell it's too big on me, way too big. It's from The Simpsons. I'm going to be taking this and turning it into a pillow. So we're going to do that on stream too. And you'd probably say, well, oversized t-shirts are good for sleeping in. Yeah, but look at this. And you think that hole's bad? Girl, look at this one. Like, no. It's not good no more. So, we're going to be turning that into stuff. My internet is acting up. So I was going to do this a different way, but it didn't work. So, we're going to be doing it this way then. So this is from a free pattern online. You print it out. I don't need instructions because I know what I'm doing. I hope I have enough fabric. This is a big bunny. Anywho, so there's the pattern, free pattern. We got our fabric. I have, hold on, black thread. I think I have pink thread in here actually. There's also red thread, but we're not going to need that. I'm looking for the needles. Okay, there they are. There's the needles. I also have these, which I was looking for, which are going to be very useful. I bought this at work for a present for Easter, but we're going to be using this too. There's a little bow for the little guy. This is the one I made. It's rough, but I'm proud of it. I'm going to try to do better with the, I don't know. Maybe this is the little guy I made out of an old pair of leggings that were too big on me, and an old t-shirt, and an old pair of jeans that are hideous, and they don't fit me. So yeah. I don't know what I'm going to call this guy, but it's supposed to be a cat. Does it look like a cat? That's questionable. Extremely questionable. But it's supposed to be a cat. Sorry, I'm just looking at my art supply down here for something I need. Okay, so there seems to be pink in here, so we'll also use that. Okay, so now that I'm missing something. Where is it? Hold on. It's all the way back there. We need a stick. So that's everything we need. This is best. Alright, let's knock out the first easy item, which is the pillow. So okay, so off camera, you can't see, I have it brought out, right? So I'll switch. I'll just cut it and show you, right? Or maybe, hold on. You can't. Let me get a better charger. This isn't the best live stream setup. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. No, this is not working, is it? I wish I had that stick still. I don't know what happened to it. I don't though, so. Huh. I have an idea. There we go. You can sort of see what I'm doing and see me at the same time. Alright, whatever. This is gonna have to do. Okay, so here is the t-shirt, right? Yeah, this actually will do just fine. Where are my scissors? This hurts. I don't want to do this. Okay. Well, here we go. It's too late to go back now. Okay. Cut. Maybe I should put on some copyright-free lo-fi vibes or something. It's too quiet. What do you guys think of that? You zero people. What do you zero people think about that? Okie dokie artichokes. Anybody who's watching in the future, I welcome you. But here we are. Here is the t-shirt shape with two pieces, the front and the back. Right? So I'm going to flip this one because I'm going to be flipping it inside out to hide the stitch lines, which is a thing you can do, apparently. Right? And now I'm going to match it up better. Okay. See, it's inside out now. I need to get these things. If you ever wonder what these are for, they're literally just to do this. If I can do it right. You poke them through the fabric to hold your fabric together while you're sewing. They're pretty useful. If I don't have them, I just use an extra needle. Anyways, I don't even know if you can see that on camera, can you? Not really. If I hold it up against my pale skin, you can see it that way. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put some lo-fi vibes on. It's very boring and quiet in here. Don't mind my mouse. Okay. Yeah, so first I'm making a pillow. Then we'll be making the bunny. Okay. It's why Google heard me, because it has the vibes. Okay, let's see. This is 11 hours. We don't need it that long, but it is kind of too quiet. Okay, so we got ads. So this is 12 hours of copyright-free music from the Relax Motivation, or sorry, the Relax Movement. So we're gonna listen to that in the background while I sew away. I'm gonna try to get this plush done today, by the way. So be tuned for a longer stream. I'm trying out a new thing. No, I'm not gonna play Grocery Simulator again. I played enough of that last week. I'm not doing 2 live streams this week. Unless someone specifically requests it. I'm just gonna get a new deal, that one. Okay. Didn't want 3, but 3 came out. Ow. I just poked myself. Okay, so you don't focus on my hand. Okay. While I'm sewing, I might as well tell some stories. And just chat and talk while I sew up the bunny and talk you through what I'm doing. This is also going to be clipped as an Easter video too, mind you. So you're going to watch my nonsense live. But it'll become a video next week for Easter Saturday. Maybe. Or I might make brownies. Whatever the case is what we're doing today. Right? First, the pillow. So I'm actually going to sew in a bit closer. So we're starting here. Okay, first story. I don't know what to talk about. I don't know, work. I don't talk about work very much in my vlogs. That knot didn't stick. I guess I could tell a work story. That knot didn't stick, okay. Or college stories, those are always fun. High school stories. Let's go with a very recent story, I guess. I'm not gonna sew like that anymore. So, at work, we've got this new balloon bar that is annoying. I hate it. It is too loud for me and relatively annoying to blow up all these balloons. My TV is my computer is glitching right now. Anyway, see, I've stitched it. Guys, people aren't happy about the balloon bar. For whatever reason. Anywho, the other day, Thursday, I had an opening shift, right? And oh boy, was it a doozy. The first part of my shift went by swimmingly, without issue, right? As most of my shifts do. I go for break, I have a snack, I enjoy myself watching TikTok, having a break from the boring cash, right? And so the second half of my shift was pure chaos, and I mean chaos. Like, so one of my coworkers was sick, couldn't make it in for a little bit, so it was just me and my manager. And oh boy, do I tell ya, the second that happens, we get flooded with hundreds of customers wanting to check out all at once at the exact same time. So it was just me and my manager. My manager was doing something in the framing department, so she couldn't come relieve me, which just basically means backup. So 2 cashiers instead of the 1 cashier, right? And so it was just basically me by myself up there with an angry sort of Karens. This guy was yelling basically that, oh, the patriarchy and oh, corporate and all this and all that. And I'm just like, dude, please. Now is not the time for that. His wife and ran tried to find the manager, demanding that she go back to where she was, the front of the store, and check her out immediately. The manager told me this later. I was thinking, seriously, lady? By the time she came back, I was literally almost... She was next in line. So what exactly did all of that little temper tantrum she had do? Not much. Besides stir up issues for everyone else. Okay, now I'm just tying that off. Because I ran out of string. Don't worry, I'm gonna be trimming off the excess. And so yeah, that lady was not happy. She filed a complaint apparently. Oh, it was my fault that it was just me and my manager because someone called out sick and she didn't get what she demanded right then and there. Her husband wasn't any more nice. He was just as rude as she was. They took the Audacity train to my store, I swear. And then, after I was trying to de-stress from the stress I just dealt with this onslaught of angry customers, this lady told me I had horrible customer service because the other day, I told her that if we don't have an item in store, that she can purchase it online and pick it up in store. But oh no, because we filled it within an hour. And then she's mad that she had to drive all the way back here. For an item that was in stock. Well, I'm on the cash. I don't know what's going on in store. And the website said that we didn't have any in stock. How is that my fault? Oh, I have horrible customer service. I'm dumb and all this and that. I'm just thinking, alright, whatever. That was my first real, Karen experience at work. They can be mean, that's for sure. Funny story at work is when I was first starting out there, we have these ladders that we use to climb up and put things away, right? But I was trying to use it for the first time, and I was walking through the store, and I basically bashed my knee so hard into my shin so hard into it that not only did I bruise my shin, there was a large lump for weeks. So that was fun. Painful. And today, going to work, the wind blew the car door right into my forehead and cut my forehead, and I've got a giant bruise there that's forming and a bump. I'm not going to show you it because it's nasty. You can see it in the vlog this week. The upcoming vlog. But it's gross. It hurt. Real bad. And I knocked my glasses off onto the ground. And I actually did chip my glass. A little bit. Not too bad. I don't even know if you can see it. It's just this part right there chipped. I'm getting new glasses anyways, so not the end of the world. Alright. I'm gonna flip it inside out now. All of my horrible stitching is on the inside. See? So this is a horrible, horrible pillow. But I done tried my best. Now we're gonna stuff it. Yes. Yes. Okay. I love this stuff. I don't know what it is. It's fun. Okay. I'm just gonna... Okay, it needs more. I'm gonna sew up the rest now. Then I'll stuff it more after. So this way is a lot easier. I've had 2 people join my live but leave, which is fine with me. It's 2 views. Views are views. Anyways, what's a good story to tell this? Ow, that hurt. Did I even finish the car door story? I don't think I did. So, yeah, it was really windy, really sunny. I had to close one of my eyes because my eyes are sensitive to light. Anywho, I don't know what happened, but apparently the door swung really hard and hit me really hard in the head. I had to stumble back. My glasses fell right off my face. And it really hurt. I stumbled back. My glasses were on the floor. Not fun. Not a fun time. These are my favorite, absolutely favorite pajamas. I'm sad to see them go, but they're turning into something I can have forever. A little pillow. With hidden stitches. And then the bottoms will be turned into a bunny, which we're going to start on right now. So 30 minutes in, here's the pillow. And I'm going to, which drawer can you use? This one? Prop it up there so you can look at it. Right, with that being done, we're going to move on to the next stage, which is cutting the waistband off of these. I'm sorry, pajamas. There's no going back now. It's such a hard surface to cut on. These aren't the sharpest scissors in the world either. They're starting to cut bad, so I'm going to get some scissors at work eventually. Well, that's the horribly cut waistband. We don't need that. Jeez. This is some nice stretchy fabric though. Okay, what are we starting on? Oh my gosh, these commercials. I might have to put a different one on. It's constant commercials. Okay, I'm gonna find a different one. Go back. Okay, there shouldn't be any ads now, hopefully. Okay, so what is this? This is its bunny's face. Okay. I think we need 2 of these. Let's have a look. So this is the front. I think that's the face. Yeah, there's 2 of those, right? Probably. All right. So that'll fit there. I need to look at the website this is from. I think I know what I need to do, but I want to confirm. I just want to look at the bunny real quick. There are pictures of it. My computer's not loading. It's fine. It is all good. Yeah. Okay. I understand. Just looking at it. Okay, so we need 2 of these just to... There we go. So there's one. Ow, I just poked right through my nail. That won't work. Alright. Make things a whole lot easier. Whatever's left over this fabric, I'm just going to throw out. I'm not keeping it. Now I'm going to there we go. Okay. So we need 2 of these. I'm hoping I can find these pajama bottoms in a new size, a lot smaller. This actually looks up perfectly for an Easter bunny because look at the colors, they're perfect. I wish I had that It's like a... I don't even know how to describe it to you guys. It rolls like a pizza cutter, but it's for fabric. I wish I had one of those. Might buy one at work. Because I am enjoying making things out of old things. It's fun. Okay, here is the face. Alright. Where am I bleeding? There's blood on my hand. I don't know. I'm not the smoothest, that's for sure. Okay, so here are two halves of the face. Bunny face, bunny face. Okay. And then I just no. Anyways, I guess I will tell an old high school story that I haven't told, I don't think, in a long time. My 11th year in high school was nuts. Oh my god, so much happened. I will tell my pandemic story too. But year 11, grade 11, oh my god. Okay, so let's start off. It's not during the whole... I'll talk about my senior year, because my senior year was even crazier, but... So, for many reasons. As for grade 11, oof, that's a doozy, let me tell you. That yarn is trash. This yarn is trash. I ain't using it. I'll just use black. It is what it is. Okay. So, grade 11 was like a normal year mostly for me. Not much happened during the school year. Grade 10 is when my grandfather passed away, so that was a crazy year in itself. Grade 9, Fluffy died. But we're not talking about those stories, we're talking about grade 11. So, starting off this crazy events. So, I went to a pretty large high school. One of the more known high schools. It had a lot of like technological courses, three streams. So there was the academics. Then there was this, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like different schooling. It's like a lot harder. They had their own sets of exams, and they were a lot, I wouldn't say smarter, but I don't know what it was called. Anywho. Then there's the special ed classes. And then there was the bad kids, if you catch my drift. They were in a different program than the special ed kids, which I was in. And they were bad. Trust me. So, basically, it was kind of like special ed, except it was for... I don't really know how to explain this. They didn't have a learning disability, but they didn't... Man, I don't know. Off the beaten path. Let's just say that. Anywho. So one day, my school had like this, they called it buyouts, where you could go watch a movie instead of going to class. because I always had finished my work early. I always went to them sometimes, unless I actually had work to do. Then I wouldn't, because work's more important than fun. Anywho, I was at one of these buyouts in the special ed group. I don't remember what we were watching. We were watching probably something stupid. You paid like $5. You got a lunch, free lunch, and you got to skip class for the afternoon. Anywho, so this was year 11. I was 16, I want to say. I think we had pizza that time. That's not relevant to the story. Oh, it was Halloween. We probably had candy of some sort. I don't know. Anyways, I think this was year 11. 11th grade. I don't know why I'm calling it year 11. 11th grade, I think. Apparently, there was a stabbing in the school building. We had North and South. I was in South. And in North, during lunch, apparently, a bunch of kids got into a big brawl and one stabbed another kid. And it wasn't on the news, and no one ever talked about it. But that's what happened, apparently. So that was mid through the year. And yeah, that was scary to find out that we were on lockdown. And then another buyout story. This one's actually pretty bad. No kid did anything like you're thinking. There wasn't a peep you brought into the school. I do have a story about that, but we'll get to that. But, so this poor man was driving, I don't know from where, but he was driving, he lost control of his car and he crashed into the school. He missed and he hit a tree right outside the school. But where he would have hit if he didn't swerve and miss that and hit the tree was a stairwell. So it wouldn't have been like in a classroom. If he was to hit a classroom, it would be the library, I think. Wait, no, the library was in the south, wasn't it? Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure the library was south building, so. Oh, wait. No, it wasn't. You know, the library was a north building. It's been 4 years, I don't remember. Anyway. Yeah, I would have hit the library. Or the stairwell. That was crazy, though. I remember, because this was by the end of the day. So I remember, I have pictures of it. If you want to see the pictures, let me know and I'll put them in the video when this video does come out. Easter next week. I'll pull them up. But this is grade 11. We're back to grade 11 now. Yeah, that was crazy. The guy was fine, I think. He just had a cardiac arrest, I'm pretty sure, or cardiac arrest means heart attack for those who don't know. Or something. Anywho, no one was hurt besides, I guess, him. Or her. We don't really know. And he kind of, I don't know, it wasn't on the news. There's no news article about it, funnily enough. 3 people are here. Wow. Hello, welcome in. Yeah, no. It was crazy. So that was about July. No, you're not in school July. May, June, July. May and June-ish. Near the end of the year. Yeah, but that poor guy. I feel bad for him. Yeah, but that's one of the most crazier things that's happened at my old high school. Then, some kid... Oh, this is the face, by the way. some kid decided it would be, ooh, let's be diamond. Set a smoke bomb off in my school, right beside me. Oh my god, that was horrible. So I was working on a project for art class, which I still have in this house somewhere. I don't know exactly where I put it, but I have it scanned on my phone in case I never find it again. But I was working on that, coloring it, because I went homesick. These two stories actually lead into each other. I went homesick the day before or that day, I don't know. Honestly, I don't remember. Wait, no, that was the last day of school, so no. I went homesick the day before. Second last day of school because I had a nasty, nasty headache that would not go away. I had to go lie down. But anyways, I was sitting there coloring the art and eating. And I had a video on my phone probably. Or music, I don't know what I was doing. But I just know that's what I was doing. And there's that commotion and the smoke alarms went off. I'm like, what is going on? So I get up to evacuate and I forget everything. Turns out, oh yeah, we had a party the next class. But it turns out that for the grade 12 that year's senior prank, they were going to throw a smoke bomb. It was a purple smoke bomb. They were like, oh, it's a gender reveal. I didn't know of anyone in my school being pregnant, so, I mean, maybe. I didn't know very many people. But it would be the talk of the town. Anywho, yeah. So we all got evacuated. The principal was really, really mad. He was not happy. I witnessed it firsthand what happened. I got pictures. Boy, do I have pictures. That's crazy. That was a crazy, crazy day. But the day previous, my mom came and picked me up because I just wasn't feeling it. This headache I had, I couldn't stand it. So she came and picked me up. Apparently, this kid, he was into bad stuff. And apparently, the principal had confiscated a, if you know what that means. And my mom saw the officer put it into a bag and confiscate it. I'm glad I left school that day. Nothing happened, thank gosh. None of my classmates were hurt or nothing bad happened. But that was scary to think that could happen at my school, you know? Second last day of school, that could have been a water or fake one to scare someone. I really don't know. This kid was into some scary stuff. Let's just say that. Why asking me? How do I know that? You can just tell. He's always hanging out in the halls, never in class. He was always causing trouble in the halls. It was a whole thing. Okay, so that's the bunny's head. I'm gonna put his eyes here. Oh, it's so soft. Okay. We're moving on to, what is this? I think this is the bunny's body. Right? Did I say this is the bunny's body? What is this then? I think this is a hand and the foot. Yeah, those are the hands and the feet. Okay. Right, so this is its body. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. This is all by trial and error. I've got a lot of fabric to use. Because these were way too big on me. So I'm not ashamed of myself or my body, so I really don't care. But I lost about 30 pounds over the course of, God, I don't even know. I went from, my biggest size I was ever was a size 22 pant, which God, I hated being that big. Then I went down to, I'm down, but those are the biggest size jeans I've ever worn, but I think those were just small. But I was more usually into a 20, then I went down to an 18, 16, now lately I'm down to a 14 and I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of myself. And some people say, but that's still big. Well, I don't care. I'm happy with who I am, and there's no shame in that. And anybody watching this who may feel that there isn't. You are beautiful, and that's all that matters. I am happy with myself, and that's all that matters. Oh, someone left a like, thank you. Oh, 2 likes. Thank you. Guess people like my nonsense stories. Okay. Anywho. What story do I want to tell next? So I told the pee-pee story. I told the smoke bomb story. That's about it. There was the stabbing, the smoke bomb, the car crash, the pew-pew. That's about it that happened, but it's all crazy, and it all happened very close to each other. I guess we can move on to grade 12 and my whole experience with Corona. So, that whole senior year was horrible. Like, it's not just the pandemic that ruined my senior year. It was a whole lot. So, I live in Ontario, and I went to school in Brampton. I don't live there anymore. But the Teachers Federation, or whatever you call it, their union, well, not the Teachers Union, sorry, the Janitor Union started first. So, straight off in September, they're already threatening that we're going to be missing school because of a janitorial strike. Because they weren't, well, was it because they weren't paying the teachers fairly or something? Sorry, the janitors fairly, they wanted better wages or something, I don't remember. But that was all going on. And they were striking, work to rule, which I hated, oh my god, that was disgusting. They weren't cleaning the school, they weren't cleaning the bathrooms, they weren't anything. So the school was a free-for-all, and it was disgusting. There was no ever any toilet paper in the school, mind you. I always carried some on me in my backpack because they never. I feel bad for saying this, but they didn't do their job when they weren't on work to rule. The bathrooms were disgusting. There was never any toilet paper in the bathroom. There was never any soap. There was never nothing was supposed to be where it was. And during this work to rule in September, it was disgusting chaos. My fellow school peers, trash the place. And they didn't clean it. Nope. There was pants left in the bathroom hanging on the ceiling. There was garbage cans overflowing everywhere. There was disgusting dirt and dust and hair and God knows what else all over the floors in the hall. There was used you-know-whats. Apparently someone said they found. I started eating out in the hallways because the cafeteria was that disgusting. So they were going to start closing the schools because it was an unsafe environment for students to be in. Which annoyed me, but that, my friends, was the least of my worries, because when that was all resolved, I'm like, okay, now I can have a somewhat normal senior year. I'm gonna graduate. I'm gonna go off to college. Oh, it was horrible. It was disgusting. So we went on our merry little way for a while. And then the teacher strikes happened. And the school shut down. This was all before the pandemic started, mind you. This was in 2019. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to graduate because of the teacher strikes now, instead of it being about the janitory strikes. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to have a normal senior year. Love that for me. Literally what I said. I was so mad. And then they went on strike. We missed out a bunch of school. We didn't get to go on any trips. We were supposed to have a senior trip. I missed out on that in middle school too because of the same thing. And then, yeah. That went on. They finally resolved it after like a couple months. We went into 2020. And then, wham bam, thank you ma'am, the pandemic hit. So I didn't have a normal senior year whatsoever, not including just that pandemic. Include all that nonsense that happened before. So we went to online school, like most did. Except my school's like, we're not going to give you any projects. We're not going to do Zoom. I'm just going to give you a piece of paper to read and do it. Or don't do it. I don't care. Because we're not going to be lowering your grade. So a lot of my classmates just didn't bother. But I was so bored and frustrated with it all that I did all my assignments. Because being locked in the house for me was horrible. I'm used to it now. But back then, at the very beginning, oof, was it rough. Yeah, but that was all that. And then, jumping ahead to about April-ish, my birthday. I turned 18 during the pandemic. And it's probably one of the worst birthdays ever. I couldn't talk to any of my friends because they weren't on this sort of social media hiatus thing. And I decided then and there that I had this toxic group of friends, actually. And while they were on the social media hiatus, I blocked them all. They didn't treat me right. So that was one good thing that came out of that senior year. Is that because I didn't have to see them anymore, I just blocked them all. I had enough of their toxicity and their, I don't even know what you call it, but I had enough of it, so I was done. And I got lots of messages from burner accounts saying, what the bleep? Why'd you block us? Blah, de blah, blah, blah. And 4 years later, I still say that that was one of the best decisions I've ever made. Because now I don't have to deal with them. During all this, I was preparing to move houses up to where I am now in high school. From high school, sorry. And they have no way of knowing where I am, how to reach me, or anything. And you know, that is the best decision I've ever made. Jumping ahead a little bit to graduation. We didn't get our diplomas till the next November of next year. In 2021 is when I got my diploma. And we didn't have any COVID drive-through or any recognition whatsoever. They put a video together saying, we are strong, we are this, we are that. And they showcased random schools. And these weren't like normal schools. They were the rich schools. So it wasn't like, congratulations this person, congratulations that person. Yeah, we were cheated out of an experience, but it could have been worse. And the students that graduated in 2021, I feel bad for them too, because they didn't have any sort of normal senior year. But we, graduating class of 2020, we just got wham bam thank you ma'am. And we had not expected that, and it was tough. So moving ahead a little bit to after graduation, I moved in August 1st. Left all that behind during the pandemic. Moving during the pandemic, that was tough. That was really rough. And I moved to a small town a couple hours away. And I was preparing for college. It was going to be in person, with exception of some classes, most classes being online. But the classes that we couldn't do online because they were traditional artist classes, I went to school for graphic design. We had to wear masks, separate. We couldn't be in the class with more than 5 people. That was horrible. Most of my classes were online, though, and those were kind of nice. Especially when my 8 a.m. class was online because I didn't have to get up at 5 a.m. Because in 5 a.m., I had to get up at 5 a.m. because this college was an hour away. And I arrived an hour early because you had to be there an hour early to get a spot. So I liked it when it was online. I didn't have to do much. So I had to get ready about 7, get up at 7, get ready, go have my breakfast, go downstairs, go to my computer where I am right now, log into Zoom, scroll on TikTok until the professor joined, and then there we are. So going to college during the pandemic was strange. There was nobody in the schools. We weren't supposed to go anywhere outside of our building. But one day I was 3 hours early for college because there was a huge, horrible snowstorm. And it was a very important class. So I went and I adventured that whole school. It was huge. I went to Fanshawe in London, Ontario. It was huge. A very, very big school, mind you. And I never got to really experience college until my final semester, which was 2023, last year basically. But at least I got a normal graduation. I was bummed that I didn't get a high school graduation. I don't want to say I fell into like a depression because that's being over dramatic, but it was really hard on me. I was really, really, really looking forward to that. And ever since I was a little girl, mind you, like when I was before my middle school graduation, even before my elementary, I dreamed of my high school graduation. And Never in my wildest dreams would I have imagined that I would be graduating not. It was crazy. So jump ahead to 2023. Everything is normal now, and we're back to normal. And something I've learned through that experience of the pandemic was that you can't take anything for granted. You gotta live life like there's something you can lose. But don't let that bother you. Just know, don't take things for granted, basically. Just know that at any given time, something can happen and you can lose stuff and people. I didn't lose anyone during the pandemic, thankfully, but it was very isolating and hard. It taught me that life's not perfect. Things happen, and you gotta get over that, and you gotta live through it. You gotta be strong and resilient. And I was, and I still am. I'm a stronger person today than I was 4 years ago. And yeah, that's the story about all that. Guess I could tell some college stories now of the nonsense that went down. Guess I'll start off with my first semester failure of a project. So we were doing this typography thing. Typography is the font that is in design. So like, this is typography, this is a typeface. And we were to illustrate some nonsense. We had to use a stupid pen, and I threw mine into the trash the second I didn't need it anymore. I would have burned it, but there's ink, so don't wanna do that. And so this pen, I still have it actually, the new one. I don't know why I still have that, I guess memories. But this pen, me are sworn enemies. I spilled ink all over my project and had to start over again. Which at that point I'm like, no, I'm done. I just turned in what I had. It was apparently not good enough. Considering oh yeah, 3D animation, we did a little bit of that. That's pure chaos. That professor didn't teach us a single thing and he expected us to know everything. I'll get to that story after. But yeah, so this is our first college project. We don't know anything about much. And basically, I failed. I got a 49%. Oh yeah, YouTube. YouTube was my savior. My professor was YouTube, because that professor was incompetent, I want to say. He mostly talked about himself the whole class. So most people would just tune him out and pretend they were there. It was online, so one time we only had one person in class and it was me. Because I figured I'm paying to be here, I might as well just listen to his nonsense. I can work on the project while he's talking. So I did a lot of that. Just listen to him talk and do my project. Because there's no point in actually really paying attention because he's talking about himself the whole time. I had several professors like that. This one professor, his fake name was Rex. He was something. He would go on tangents for an hour about himself, about his life, what's going on with him, blah, 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 blah. And then at the end of the... I'm sorry, Commenter, I don't know what that language is. I don't know what you're saying. He'd go on tangents for hours about himself, about his life, what's going on with him, irrelevant to design. And then he would complain that we never have any time to finish anything. And I'm just thinking, boy, you wasted an hour of our class time talking about your dog, your ex-wife throwing out your, what was it, his, something of his she threw out. God, I wanted to cry. That class was easy enough, but man, listening to him talk for an hour, and attendance was mandatory, by the way, so you had to be there. It was horrible. He got written up and then he changed the next semester. And if you're wondering what I'm up to, besides telling random stories about random nonsense, I am making a bunny for Easter out of an old pair of pajama bottoms. And very poorly, without instructions. I've made a plush before out of an old t-shirt and jeans. Jump scare. This is it. So the jeans are the little heart. This is an old scrunchie that broke. These are buttons that I've had for probably since before I was born. Little pom-pom nose. Jump scare. Ow. I did not mean to do that. Yeah. So, these are an old pair of pajamas that I've had for 5 years now, before the pandemic, and they don't fit me anymore. So, instead of throwing them away, they have holes all over them, so I can't donate them to people less fortunate, which I do. If it doesn't fit me anymore and I can donate it, I donate it. But we are nowhere close to being done this. Might have to do a part 2 if I get past, what time is it right now? So it's 9 o'clock. I have about an hour left that I have plotted out to do this. If I don't have enough time, tomorrow I'll do a part 2 and one more finish the bunny. But I hope I can finish the bunny tonight. Feel free to subscribe if you like what you see. I'll be doing the Saturday live streams more often. They won't just be video games. I might do a baking live stream one day when I have the kitchen to myself. When I'm home alone, I might do a baking live stream. That should be an interesting attempt. Okay, I'm gonna try to fasten the bunny's head to its body now. Bear with me a moment. No, he's decapitated. No! Okay, I need a better knot. Okay, so that, I'll continue stories. That professor, he was crazy. When we had him in person, he would still go on his rants about his wife and his dog and his crazy ex-girlfriend. His daughter failed college because she failed a test, blah 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 blah. What did I say his name was? Rex? That's not his real name. Professor Rex, one day. So our first project with him, I didn't fail, but I got a 50. So that's not a fail in my college terms. It's basically you've just passed. If you got 1 point less, you would have failed. You got 1 point more than if you got anything more, you passed. So it was basically a D-. But you know what? It wasn't just me. It was the whole class. The whole class failed. Or got really low scoring. except one student who I think cheated. This was a project where you had to, oh god, what was it? Oh my god, the squares. You had to draw squares on a board to show like congestion, tension, all that S word. I'm not going to swear on my stream, but you know what word I mean. And this is our first time using the tech pen, which is what that pen is called. And everybody failed. And he got up in class that day. And I'm not going to say the words, because they're not nice. He's like, what the is wrong with you, you stupid people? You pay to be here and blah, 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 blah. He tore us a new one. He screamed at us, he yelled at us, he swore. I wanted to cry. Because I felt bad. But when I heard it was the whole class, I felt a little better. Because apparently, oh no, the whole class failed. That's a you problem, sir, Mr. Rex. That is a you problem. Not an us problem. So yeah, Mr. Rex got in big trouble for that. One of my classmates, I'm going to name him Jeff. That's not his real name. Jeff told me that he cried when he got home because he was just so cruel to us. From then on, I got extreme anxiety when it came to handing in projects and critiques because I was afraid that was going to happen to me again. And it did. Oh my god, it did. We had this one project in second year. We had to draw these stupid cartoons. And we were doing roughs. Roughs are basically rough. They're supposed to look bad. We're just getting your ideas down. And oh my god, did he tear me a new one. He told me my drawings are garbage. My designs are garbage. I put out the whole class. And that I have to start again. Oh my god, did I cry. I'm so glad that was online. I was traumatized. And it made me scared of him. And I hated that class for the longest time. I started to like it when he would let blah 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 on all class. So that means we didn't have to do anything. That was nice. Anyways, pause on the stories. This is the bunny's body and head. It's actually turning out pretty okay. For now. I guess. So, we're gonna move on to his arms and feet. While I tell you about some other things Mr. Rex did. Mr. Rex would always talk about juice boxes, which is adult beverages. That man loved his juice boxes. He would always talk about them, no matter what the situation was talking about. It always went back to juice boxes. I swear, Mr. Rex, all he did in his free time was mark work, complain, and drink juice boxes. Which is fine enough, but you don't need to be telling us about your juice box drinking escapades. One time, Mr. Rex told us a story about his ex-girlfriend with way too much detail, too much information that I did not need to know. Yikes on a bikes is right. He got in a fight with his girlfriend, and I guess he said she was crazy. But I don't think so there, Professor Rex. Anyways, she was living with him at the time. So she went on a crazy I don't even know what. And she threw everything he owned out the window. And so he came home to all that. And he just had to tell us in uncomfortable detail his romantic relationship with his girlfriend. Nothing like that. I don't mean that, but oh, they fought. Oh, this, oh, that. I don't care, sir. I'm here to learn about the basic elements of design. I'm not here to learn about your argument with your girlfriend. Oh my god, that man. One day, instead of teaching us about, I think we were supposed to be learning about the fundamentals of packaging design or something. And out of nowhere, he starts giving us an etiquette lesson on dating. Oh, a man should hold out a chair for a lady, and he should pay on the first day. All that nonsense. And I'm just sitting there with my sketch pad out, ready to do a project that we were supposed to do in class. And I'm getting an etiquette lesson on dating. I paid over $2,000 a semester to get an etiquette lesson that is completely and utterly irrelevant to anything we are learning. We had sort of a Karen in my class, and so they went and complained to our head of the school. And so then he said, oh, well, I can't talk about anything anymore because they're watching us. So that never happened again. He would turn our recording off when he would talk about irrelevant things. So the class was a 3-hour class. If you weren't there, all you would get was 2 hours of actual structured learning, which he was very good at. I do applaud him for that. Professor Rex was very good at teaching when he taught, and when he wasn't screaming or calling us dumb A-words. But man, did I want to sometimes. Oh my. Okay, so that is Professor Rex. Semester 3 we had him one last time. Or semester 4, sorry. No, 5. Semester 5. Semester 6 I didn't have him. Semester 5, he decided he was going to become a biker. And get a dog from overseas. And he bought this dog, and he told us all about it one class. The whole class was about his dog. And maybe like 20 minutes of graphic design critiques. He was going to put his dog on his Harley Davidson and give it a coat and take it across the province. I'm from Canada, by the way. He's going to show us all pictures next semester. And this poor dog. Poor thing. Man, was that an interesting bunch of classes I had with that man. One of my students was actually getting married to a much older man, and he did give some good advice to be careful to her, but that's actually, sorry, that's how the etiquette lesson started. I remember now. I don't even know. I don't even know how that started. Besides, I don't even know how I almost said his real name. Rex. I don't know how Rex found out about that. Maybe she was talking about, I think this classmate was talking about how she wants to do a design in exchange for a wedding venue or something. And Rex, he started talking about etiquette and how a man should do this and a woman should do that and blah, 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 blah. My God. There's 5 people here listening to my nonsense stories. Welcome in. Oh, 6 people. Oh my God. So don't forget to subscribe on your way out. I'd much appreciate that. If you guys like this kind of content, I can do more like art, making things and talking about God knows what. So that was Professor Rex. I'm just going to call him by his real name for this one because I don't care. He was the most interesting professor I've ever had. And interesting in a bad way, not interesting in a good way. So we had him for creative concepts, which is basically where you make creative concepts. There's not really any actual projects. It's more or less coming up with concepts and listening to him talk. I'm gonna call him by his real name. His name was Tim, Professor Tim. And my God, I think that man was high all the time. I was in every single class, but I guess I wasn't paying attention. I zoned out or something. But my classmate told me that one class, he suggested to us when we're working on the psychedelic painting that we take and medicine while doing our projects. Illegal medicine and stuff. I was there. That must have went right over my head, or I was zoned out, or went to the bathroom, or something. But that's not the least of this Tim's crazy ideologies. He told us about some disturbing things, questionable things about other races. He talked down about women a lot. We really didn't have very much... I didn't really have very much good to say about that man. Let's just say that. And I met him in the later semester, so we only had him in person once. And then it was online. He had a drawing class that he taught us how to draw. And he would talk about the weirdest stuff. I liked his classes because I like to draw. I'm a creative person. I love graphic design because you can create things. But I also like working with my hands like I am right now. Making things. It's just who I am, you know? And I like this drawing class because there's no assignments besides what you handed in weekly. So it was also a mandatory attendance class, so if you weren't there, you didn't get the grade for that week. Kind of thing. And he had like bonus points. 1% extra added onto your grade if you answer the question first, and blah 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 blah. So that was interesting. Some of the things he asked us to answer. Ooh, look at that. Were strange in themselves. But you know, that was an interesting couple semesters, mind you. I destroyed that creative concepts art. It's that canvas now has Minecraft on it. That was that stupid psychedelic painting. Oh my God, I hate that. I actually got an 80 on that though. Somehow, some way, he thought that was good. I thought it was the most ugliest painting I have ever made. I wanted to burn it. I wanted to throw it out a window. I wanted to stomp on it. I hated it so much. And yet, I got an 80 on it. Okay? Whatever, dude. He said I would have gotten a 90 if my brush strokes were better or something nonsense like that. But, I don't know, man. And then we had this stupid sketchbook, CARP, that we had to do. We always had to draw, and you can't see my face, but I'm rolling my eyes. I got a 95 on my sketchbook because I filled it up with CARP. And he liked my CARP apparently. I basically drew a lot of cats. I got deemed the crazygality by him. But this dude, he was something else. After I didn't have him for a while, there was this AGO trip, which is, what is this? That looks, we're not looking at that. That looks like something. Okay, where did my scissors go? Oh, there they are. This AGO is the Ontario Art Galleries somethings. We missed out on that first year of college because, well, you know, the pandemic. And so, went there. He was so weird on that trip, I swear. That he had issues. Major issues. Moving on to another professor. I liked him enough, but he was... Man, was that man mean. Mind you, he was a great professor. He taught very well, and I learned a lot from him. However, he was mean. Very mean to me, and to the whole class. We're gonna call him Mr. Photoshop. Actually, no, not Mr. Photoshop. That's another professor. Mr. What did he teach? I don't remember. Oh, it was Photoshop. Sorry, Mr. Photoshop. Yes, Photoshop Masters. So it was the master class for Photoshop. Mr. Photoshop was cruel. He was mean. He was strict. I never failed a single project of his because I am the master of Photoshop. I love Photoshop. And I still use Photoshop. I don't design that much anymore because I literally have no reason to. I did actually win a contest for designing a t-shirt for Black History Month recently. And I'm in the top 6 of thousands of entries. So that's exciting. But he taught me lots of Photoshop stuff I didn't know. And I loved it because, well, you know, it's Photoshop. I don't really have very many stories of him. He had a cartoon, so I don't actually know what the man looked like. But Mr. Photoshop, he was strict. I still have his recordings, which I'm not going to show you because, obviously. But, yeah. He was interesting. Boring. He had such a monotone voice. Like, I'm talking with a little bit of, like, energy. He talked like this. Hello, class. Welcome back to another lesson. We are going to be... Oh my god, and it was, like, very late at night with Mr. Photoshop's class. Nobody showed up. Nobody. Because all the lessons were recorded, so, like, really we had no reason to be there. I went out of respect because I'm paying to be here. And it's respectful of his time, you know? But Mr. Photoshop was an interesting individual. And then there was Greg, which is not his real name. Greg was unprofessional. He never showed up. Half the time. He would go off on tangents that were stupid, like Mr. Rex. Except they weren't about himself. So I traveled to school an hour away in a snowstorm. Because he said we had to be there because it was extremely important to this final project that was going to be our senior final project that was going to be like 90% of our grade. Our classes are 3 hours. I get there, it's midday. Um, this man talks for 10 minutes. 10 minutes. And he says, "That's all I have for you today. Goodbye." I was so livid. I wanted to scream at him. I'm like, "You brought me all the way here for 10 minutes of silent." Sorry, he wasn't even talking. Silent. Looking at our designs going, huh, okay. And then at some point he didn't say anything. He got to my design and he just went. And I, Greg, not his real name. I was so mad. I went to the cafeteria and I had lunch. And then I went home. For an hour drive home in a snowstorm. You were the worst professor, Greg. Worse than Professor Rex. Worse than Tim. Worse than the other one I haven't told you about yet. And he always expected us to have our work in on time, which is normal. That's obvious. That's the real world. But he took 3 months to mark something that should take a week. Max. So we would get our midterm grades back without even knowing what our first or second project results were. Every semester, not just one semester. Every single semester I had him, and I had him every semester. Now, he is one of the coordinators at the school, so I don't know how he's going to be marking the poor students' grades now. Greg was also the professor that did our capstone project. Capstone was basically, we took a non-for-profit and we did free designs for them. They were a real client. We did free work for this real client. In exchange for experience. None of our NPOs, which means non-for-profit organization, used any of my classmates' stuff. Except one. But they have connections. Their parents owned a graphic design firm. But my NPO didn't even like my designs. They chose my classmates who never showed up, never did any of the work, did it last minute, never went to class, which irked me because I had to do all the work, partner work, that we did in class. We designed a video, logo, campaign, and website for them. And I did all the project together work by myself. And they still chose her designs. That irks me. I'm still salty about that. Anywho. We had our little event. Greg, not his real name, hosted it. And there were 2 groups in my college. There was Group A and Group B. I was Group A. The whole thing was supposed to be about both groups. But because Group B's logo was chosen, because there was more of them, less of us, the whole project was all about them. All of the Group B people were chosen and shown. All their work was chosen and shown. My group was left to the sidelines like we didn't exist. Greg was the MC. He didn't acknowledge our groups at all, our group's contribution at all. All the work we put in was ignored because Greg favorited Group B. I was so mad. Not only that, Greg would always give me the lowest grade possible for no apparent reason. And you can't ask Greg questions because he's too busy on his tangents talking about whatever. whatever the flavor was that week. Greg made me mad on several occasions. That or he would randomly cancel class for no reason. So that was Greg, not his real name. Then I had a professor, which I don't even know what to nickname him. I'm gonna call him Voldemort. You know Voldemort from Harry Potter? He looked like Voldemort. I'm not joking. He looked exactly like Voldemort. So Professor Voldemort, or is it Voldemort? I don't know. You know who I'm talking about. The guy with no nose. Voldemort didn't know anything about anything. He didn't know anything about the content he was teaching. And he actually didn't teach. He was like, Rex. He would talk about himself. The first whole class was just about him and his work and what he's done. And I thought, okay, well, this is just an introduction class. It shouldn't be like this all the time, right? Wrong. This was Voldemort. We're learning about what Voldemort did last month. He did this. Or Voldemort, I designed this. Voldemort worked on one of the shows I like, which is Murdoch Mysteries. He did the intro for that, which is cool, but I don't care. So this was a typography, motion graphics class. I was looking so forward to motion graphics. It was going to be my favorite class. I worked forward to it since I first started in 2020, and it was a nightmare class. Nightmare. Nobody showed up. It was me and I'm gonna call her M. Me and M were his teachers' pets, as he called us, because we always showed up to his class. Because I don't like watching recordings. I like to be there. I don't like feeling like I'm missing out on something, you know? And Voldemort, he never recorded. He forgot all the time. And he didn't teach anything. He just sat there and talked and did irrelevant lessons. But I would always just get feedback and ask for help on projects. Oh yeah, I love Murdoch Mysteries. I watch it every week. I've watched it every week since I discovered it in high school. Apparently this week's episode is going to be a musical, so I'm excited about that. And I also love how it's in Toronto, Canada, which is where I used to live close to. And I think it's like the early 1900s. It's pretty cool. So, I mean, it is cool that he worked on the show, but, like, I'm not here to learn about that. I'm here to learn about motion graphics. He always graded my stuff really high, because I guess I was his teacher's pet. He was an interesting man. Let's just say that. Let's just say Voldemort taught one semester at my college and he was fired. That's how bad he was. He had several complaints lodged about him. Nobody liked his teaching style. This looks horrible. Look at this. This looks horrible. This took like an hour. And that's just one foot. Oh my god. You know what, guys? I'm gonna make my own feet because no. I'm not following a pattern for the feet. I don't like the feet. I'm going to use this little seam line here on the pajama bottoms. He even smiled like Voldemort. I'm not joking. I learned more from YouTube than I learned from Voldemort. I paid $2,000 for that? Are you kidding me? I like that better. That looks a lot better. So let me cut another one. We need 4 of these. Rectangular pieces to make buns, arms, and legs. So yeah, that was Voldemort. He was an interesting man. Ooh, jumping back to high school, that reminds me of interesting teachers. I was in grade 9, and apparently we had a child as a teacher, and he got arrested, and it was all over the news. They shielded us from it. We didn't really know anything about it. Well, at least I didn't. But he got arrested for having relations with a student. He was the rugby coach. It was a whole scandal at my school. There were rumors flying that she was gonna be having a child. It was crazy. I don't know who the girl was. I never met the professor, thank goodness. But apparently she wasn't the only one that he was doing this with, if you catch my drift. I've had some crazy experiences. Who else haven't I talked about? Ooh, my favorite class. One of my favorite classes that wasn't design related because we had to take electives. His name was Jeffrey, and I'm going to use his real name because I have nothing horrible to say about this man. He was a very good professor. I loved his classes. They were amazing. They were science fiction, and it was about like analyzing the books, what we were reading. Oh my god, I love that class. I'm going to recap a story that we read that still disturbs me to this day. A year and a half later. It's I have no mouth, but I must scream. Or something like that. Basically, there are these 5 people. The last 5 people on Earth. They are with this AM computer, which is a sentient computer dude who is out for revenge. He hates humans because they created him, and he lives and he thinks, but he cannot do anything. And he thinks he's a human or something. I don't know. I don't remember what we analyzed, but something system something. I don't know what it stands for. This dude, this computer, has kept these 5 humans alive for thousands of years. He's basically made them sentient for the pure purpose of torturing them for all of eternity. They've tried to unalive themselves several times to get away from and his crazy nonsense, but he stopped them every single time. And he tortures these poor people. What I love about this story from the disturbing nonsense is I love the analyzation of I have no mouth but I must scream. Because he is trapped in his own head. Uh-oh, I got disconnected. He's trapped in his own head. He can't speak. He can only communicate via these computer logs that he sends to these humans. And he has no mouth and he must scream. But he can't. He can't say or do anything. He's trapped. Just to think for all of eternity. And basically, in the story, it goes on. Our main protagonist dude, he mercy kills his prison friends. People he's captured with, whatever you want to call them. He murders them all in the snow. That infuriates Am. And Am sticks this dude in a gelatinous cube, which is basically like, he can't move, he can't speak, all he can do is think. And so Am has now made the human not able to speak, not able to move. He keeps him alive like he's alive. I love that. I love that ending. But if you ever want to know what I'm talking about, listen to the story. Look up I Have No Mouth But I Must Scream audiobook on YouTube. That's where I watched it. That voice narrator, oh my god, is it good. I loved that story. All my classmates were disturbed, and I'm like, I like it. I like this. I'm a little cuckoo. I think I'm desensitized to horror and all that nonsense, so it really didn't bother me all that much. But listening to it, I cringed. I'm like, oh. The things. By the way, this is not a story for kids. So if you're under 18, viewer discretion is advised because it's not fun, happy story. In the slightest, it is a disturbing, dark, gross. Not fun. That class was my favorite. I had this class before I had Greg's class. So, it was always a great class, and then I had to go deal with Greg. I had my first college exam with him, and I passed really well. I was very proud of myself. It was my favorite class out of all the semesters, besides typography digital. I like typography digital. Another one of the stories I really, really liked from that class, I think, would have to be Vaster Than Empires and More Slow. So look up that one if you want to read it. It's disturbing though, and it has a lot of not okay things. I'm not going to say them because they're horrible. I don't like the story because of that, mind you. Don't think that. I like the story because I like the analyzation of it. It's this man, he has it's said that he has autism, Asperger's, whatever you call it. He has a higher functioning, so he can speak. He's an empath too. So basically what that means is he can feel other people's emotions, but he can't feel his own. Anyways, they're on the spaceship going to this island to scope it out. This island is full of sentient plants. There's no humans, no animals, just these sentient plants. And they don't like this guy or his friends. And he doesn't like the island. He's rude, he's racist, he's hateful, he hates women, he hates all this. Not a very nice guy. Anywho, the story goes on. He decides to sacrifice himself, and he becomes one with the planet, and he stays there. And so his crewmates are happy enough to leave him behind, and he sacrifices himself so that they can go to get out of the island. Sorry, not go to get out of the island and go live on with their lives. Which I liked the story enough. I like the analyzation that we did about him being an empath and all that. I actually did my midterm project exam on that story. That was a really fun class. There were some not so nice topics though, which I'm not gonna mention. I hated that one. Anyways, there's our little. I'm gonna make the bunny hold something because of this. This looks horrible. 2 hours and this is all I brought. Oh my god. But mind you, I am doing this with a pattern I found online for free with no instructions, so it's okay, I guess. It looks horrible. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what else to talk about. Been talking about stories for 2 hours. I really don't have much else to say. Yeah, I don't know. That was an interesting class, though. We discussed a lot of interesting topics. I guess I could tell another story I remember. So I'm reading what in the world is going on here? I'm reading the Cruel Prince trilogy by Holly Black right now. And we read her. Oh, it's a small piece of. We read her Coldest Girl in Cold Town book, which I didn't actually really like all that much. Basically, that book's about vampires, and I'm not really into vampires. But I like royalty stuff, which is something not very many people know about me. Anywho. So I don't know. Holly Black is a good writer. I do enjoy her stuff now. But I'm like, in that college class, I'm like, ew, I don't like this. Nothing wrong with the book, it's just, I'm not into that. But I love The Cruel Prince. I'm on book 2, The Wicked King. I'm loving it so far. Yeah, but it's about basically vampires, and they're isolated on this island, and it's cold town, and the main character wants to become a vampire or something. She gets bitten, and she goes live in Cold Town. Not my cup of tea. That was the more fantasy aspect. I like the science fiction. What else did we read? Yeah, no, I don't really remember any more stories. What time is it? Because I'm gonna have to finish this bunny another time. Oh, yeah. It's almost 10 o'clock, which means I gotta finish this another day. I guess I'll tell the story about work today. Crazy stuff. Well, not at work. Before I went to work. So it was really windy. The car door opened on my face. I have a big gash on my forehead from the car door this morning. It's a giant bruise. It is a big cut, big gash. That really hurt. My mom was driving me to work. All she did was laugh at me. I mean, it was funny, but man, did that hurt. I'm not going to show y'all because, well, it's, no. But it was, I gotta admit, it was funny. Yeah, it's 2 hours in and I'm all out of stories. I don't know what else to talk about. I talked about all my crazy professors. Hello, Love Girl 2620. Lover Girl, sorry, 2620. Welcome in. I'm just making a horrible bunny. Nightmare fuel bunny. Brains. It looks bad, I know. But I'll fix it. I'm gonna give him a little carrot or a heart or something. Something to make it look better. Uh-oh, there's a hole. Oh well. You would? I mean, it is super rare. It's ugly. But, I mean, yeah, super rare. It's unique, one of a kind. Now, if that's a good thing, I don't know. I'm a connoisseur of plushies. I love plushies. I love making them. I love collecting them. I have too many. But at least it's not as bad as that Among Us plushie I made a couple years ago. That's stricken off the internet for a reason. Oh my god. That was bad. That was super bad. It looked like a pile of purple. It's been in the trash for many years. Pile of purple. Didn't look like no Among Us. It looked like purple. It looked like the imposter. It looked like after the imposter got it. That's for sure. Okay, now the foot. Feel free to leave comments to talk about anything you'd like, because I'm out of stories now. Plushie making is not all that hard if you have a pattern. I'm not using the pattern right now for the feet because I hate the pattern. I don't like the long feet. I like shorter feet for bunnies. I have several bunnies upstairs. Not that I've made, but just bought. Well, that does remind me of a more sad story. So 2 years ago, in my small town, this group of little kids was playing by the river. Unfortunately, one of the little girls fell in. We were searching for her for months. She didn't make it. She unfortunately drowned in that river. And she loved little bunnies, little stuffed bunnies. So every time I think about bunnies, I kind of think about her. And it's horrible. It's really sad. Everybody searched for her, including me. She was a lovely little girl, and it was tragic what happened to her. Yeah, but I guess in a way this horrible bunny kind of honors her. It's 2 years soon, actually. Yeah, no kids play by the water river anymore. Which I guess is a good thing. Yeah, may she rest in peace. It's been about 2 years now. Her poor family is still grieving. It's horrible. Any name suggestions for this little guy? That would be nice. He's got a leg and an arm. And he's missing his other leg and his other arm. You know, I'm not going to follow the pattern anymore. I just need the pattern more for the body and the head and the ears. So I'm going to do his other leg or her other leg and other arm. Then we'll do the ears. Then I'll give... Oh no, I just realized I sewed her head on crooked. Oops. Margot? Or Marco? I like that, Marco. Mia. Marco or Mia. Those are nice names. I think I'm going to go Marco the bunny. I like that. Marco the bunny. Okay, so this is Marco. Half of Marco the bunny. Everyone say hi to Marco the bunny. Thing of nightmares. I'm only joking. It's not that bad. I've made worse. Believe me, I've made worse. Okay, Marco. Let's make your other foot, buddy. You were once pajama bottoms, and now you're Marco the bunny. All right, Marco, let's get to your other arm. Does anyone in the comments have anything interesting stories they'd like to tell? You know what? I'm gonna use a different needle. I have like 4 needles on the go right now, and I don't know where they all are. They're all missing, except this one. At least I know where my scissors are. Hello, Mr. Salty Moon. I love that name, by the way. That's funny. It's very creative. This is the most interaction I've ever had on a stream before. I guess because I've been streaming for so long. I love it. I stream every Saturday unless otherwise stated. Last week I had to stream Sunday because I was working closing at my job. So I literally couldn't stream at this time when I usually stream. But yeah, I did 2 live streams last week because I couldn't stream. I've been doing this YouTube thing since middle school, so almost 10 years now. I just hit 100 subscribers this year. I do this for fun. It's a way of an outlet for me, and I just enjoy doing it. I mean, I've never had any interaction. I found another needle. I've never had any interaction, really, but Candice Marie, I think that's your name. Thanks for subscribing. I just got an alert on my watch. Help you stay to enjoy. I make Mario videos, mostly, lately. I did the whole FNAF series for over a year. It took me a year to do every single game, but I did it. And beat it every single game. That was fun. Right now we're doing Mario stuff. The new Princess Peach Showtime game. I'm going to start that this next week. Yeah. I also occasionally do stuff like this. Since this live stream did so well, I'm going to be doing this more, but in video form because this is 2 hours, and I'll do it more editorially. If that's something anyone wants. I might make a cat or a suggestion of what animal. Nothing too complicated because you don't want to see that. Other than like a big dragon. No. Trust me, you don't want to see that. It would be a disaster. But yeah, this is out of old clothes, which is, it's nice because I get to keep the clothes forever now. Immortalized in an ugly plush that is the stuff of nightmares. Anywho, thank you for watching. Anybody who's still here, I much appreciate it. I started YouTube in middle school, making silly Minecraft videos because my favorite YouTubers did. It was a fun pastime for me. I bit the bullet there. I sewed that fully shut. Whoops. This is just a fun time to talk to new people. And I was gonna be doing this plushie anyways. Oh my god, what happened here? Oh yeah, the TNT. My friends in middle school, sorry, used to blow up all of my stuff. Everything I built, they blew up with TNT, put creepers in my house, or destroyed it with mobs. I stopped playing with them because I got tired of them blowing up all my stuff. Okay, what in the world happened here? What? What have I done? No worries, it's an easy fix, but that was weird. Yeah, I work at an art and craft store now, so perfect job for me. Yeah, I'm not sure what has happened here. Who are your favorite mainstream YouTubers? Mine used to be DanTDM. I loved DanTDM when I was growing up. Markiplier has always been my favorite YouTuber. He still is. I find a lot of the games I play from him, and on my own too. Ooh, excuse me. Hope I'm not getting sick again. I had a whole first of this year sick constantly with the cold. That was not fun. Alright. Come on, leg. Don't do this to me. Aw, thank you. I've never heard of that YouTuber. Might have to go check him out. I mainly usually watch gaming YouTubers mostly. I used to watch Simply Neological. Yeah, be good, leg. It's not behaving. Okay. Oh my god, guys. Oh no, this is not turning out. That's fine. Poor Margot. Yep, poor Margot's leg. Alright, Margot. It's funny. What is under creative idea? Pulling it off well. Thank you. I've done this before. I've already showed previously, but I'm not sure if there's new people in here. I'll show again. So this is the one I did previously. It's I don't know. Give this guy a name too. I don't know. But this is an old T-shirt, an old scrunchie, and an old pair of jeans turned into this monstrosity. I kind of want to call him Frank, but I don't know. You guys give me a name suggestion for him. But Margot is turning out a little bit better than that guy. Whatever name you guys want to name him. But he reminds me of a Frank. I don't know why. But Margot the bunny's leg looks interesting. Oh, my alarm is going off. Batwing for the cat. It's a cool name. I don't think it looks like a cat. Charles? I love that. Charles and Margot. Alright. Any other suggestions? Alright, Margot, with your misshapen body limbs. Not perfect, but that makes you beautiful. Okay, Margot. We're gonna give you arms now. Another arm. Fingers crossed. Okay, so this is Charles, and this is Margot. Alright, Margot. I'm running out of fabric. Oh no, I still gotta give Margot his ears. What I like about reusing clothes too is it's sustainable. I've had these pants for a good 5 years. They're too big on me now. But they've served their purpose, and now they're becoming Margot. Margot doesn't have ears yet. I'm gonna make his ears. Not yet. He's just a blob of... Don't look. Don't look at that. Oh my god, don't look at that, please. That's too short. I guess that could be Margot's ear. It's kind of big, though. Taurus. What do you mean by Taurus? Is that a name suggestion you have? Or do you know I'm a Taurus? Because I am a Taurus. My birthday's coming up. If you know that, that's scary. Never mentioned before that I'm a Taurus. Taurus, whatever, however you pronounce that. I know. I know Mark was like, oh my god. Yeah, that's scrap. I'm not gonna use that. Right, I need to... Okay, right where my thumb is. How is everybody doing in the comments? Everyone doing all right? Checking. How is everyone feeling? I'm feeling all right. Feeling pretty good, actually. I don't know about how Margot's doing, though. Considering that leg. I hope everyone's doing well. Ah, what's happening? You're excited for Tuesday? What's happening Tuesday? Anything fun? I'm not excited for Tuesday because I have to go work. Aw, bad. I'm salty, Mr. Salty Moon. Sorry, Mr. Salty Moon. I have those days. Oh, that's fun. The Houston Memorial of Natural Science. That's cool. Like in Houston, Texas. That's fun. We never got to go on cool science trips like that. Our science field trips were to the field to look at worms. Seems like Margot's arm is going to turn out like Margot's other leg. Yeah, I didn't really care about the field trips all that much. Middle school was where it's at with field trips. We went to play. There's this castle that's not too far from where I used to go to school, about an hour's trip. It was a beautiful castle. It's called Castle Loma. I loved it. We went there several times, and it was a ball. It was fun. You got to explore this ancient castle where royals used to live, and you get to see their bedchambers, their houses. It was awesome. And I went there so many times. Yeah, it was really cool. Um, there was this walking tour. They always used to say, "Oh, the ghost of," I don't remember her name. I'm gonna call her Lady Elverdeen. Lady Elverdeen's ghost haunts these halls. I used to just roll my eyes all the time. Other kids were like, "Oh no," but I thought it was stupid. What do I stuff the stuffed animals with? So it's fiber fill. It's a brand I get from work. It's just fiber fill. When I used to make plushies when I was little, I used to just murder other stuffed animals and steal their fluff. Or pillows. But yeah, now I don't do that. I just use fiber fluff. Well, my friend Margot, your arm is mismatched horribly. This isn't turning out at all. I guess it's the pressure of eyeballs on me. All right. Okay. We are going to move on. And I'm going to attach Margot's arm. Let's just say Margot's a mishmash of pieces. He's different, but that's what makes him unique. Just like everybody's different. And that's okay. But I have been doing this for far too long. It's been 3 hours almost. But Margot's coming along. All that's left is Margot's eyes and ears. And also his bunny's tail, but I don't think I have a pom-pom. And I don't have any yarn to make one. So Margot is going to be tailless. Probably. Oh my god, look how bad this leg is. Oh no. So I'm gonna have Margot like holding something. A heart, probably. So that'll fix the wonky arms when we do get to that. But Margot can give you big hugs. Poor Margot. Okay. It's Margot's ear time. Okay. So here's the ears that I gotta cut up and make 2 of. Hopefully I have enough fabric, because we're done now besides Margot's ears, for fabric-wise. This was an attempt on Margot's arm. That didn't happen. We didn't see that. That doesn't exist. What are you talking about? You didn't see that. That's horrible. Oh my god, it's horrible. Okay. Okay, no worries, lover girl. I might not be live later, though, because I'm going to be ending it soon once we're done. So. I will be live again, maybe tomorrow, playing a video game. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, like I previously stated before anybody really showed up for this stream. Before I say that, this stream will be uploaded on my stream software. It'll have a thumbnail with... Oh my god, I'm blanking on his name. Oh my god, why am I blanking on his name? I was just saying it. Our bunny. What's his name again? Margot. With Margot in the thumbnail. So, look out for that one. You can watch the rest of the stream later if you don't have time. Feel free to leave likes on that as well. And this, I will be editing this down to 20 minutes, maybe, if that is possible. And then I'll be doing a over commentary over it, which basically means that I'm just going to talk over it. So you won't hear any of this like witty banter and nonsense stories that I was telling earlier. But there will be Easter related nonsense. Is this the ear? Or am I doing this wrong? Well, yes, we're about to find out. I'll also put the pattern in the description if anyone wants to actually do this properly at home. This is the last little bit of this pajama bottom. One leg left. Hopefully we don't mess up. Because I don't have any more fabric for Margot. And Margot will be earless, I guess. Oh my god. Poor Margot's had it rough enough. Margot needs her ears. His ears. Everyone say rip in the chat to Margot's ears. This doesn't seem to be working. Well, I also want to thank everybody for commenting and interacting with this. It's been a delight to talk to you guys. I don't get anything out of YouTube. I do this for fun. But it really has been fun. Welcome back. It truly has been fun. Oh, I got another subscriber. Thank you. And 8 likes. This is awesome, guys. This is gonna boost my channel so much. Thank you. Just wholeheartedly from the bottom of my heart and Margot's deformed body. Hello, Autumn Kitty. Do I know you? You sound familiar. Sound like somebody I know. Margot's... Oh god, I cut that wrong. Oh no! You desecrate? I'm desecrating Margot here. Yes, I agree with you. That's fine. Save me. Poor Margot. 1K subs? I wish. I only got 100. I wish I had 1,000 subscribers. I really do. That's my goal, really. My goal was 100, and I reached that this year, so that's exciting. But I would love to have more subscribers. Oh god, where did the yarn go? The string. Oh my god, this is a disaster, guys. Where did my yarn go? Twine, whatever you call it. Oh no. Uh-oh. Oops. Where did that go? Are you also a YouTuber, lover, girl? Yeah, I wish I had a play, but that'll never happen. Never, ever, ever. I have done lost that yarn completely. Where did that go? That's cool. I'll be sure to check your channel out later. Maybe even subscribe. Probably will. Most likely. Okay. My yarn has ran away. My string, my twine, whatever it's called, has ran away on me. Where did you go? I can't find it. Oh, 70 to 80, that's really good. You should be happy with that. It's really hard to build an audience. Oh boy. Well, my yarn is gone. So is my chair, apparently. Okay, whatever. I do not know where that went. Margot, you're gonna have different colored yarn now because I cannot find it. Yeah, rip to the yarn. I do not know where that went. I think it went into the back rooms or something. I'm sure I'll find it eventually, but for now it's in the back rooms. I guess it's gonna be light brown yarn from now on. Because literally that's all I've got. I don't know where half of my stuff ends up, but I swear I go to the back rooms or something. I should play the back rooms one day. I haven't. Something you guys would want to watch a live stream of? I have the Backrooms game. I just haven't played it. Most of my stuff ends up in the Backrooms. That's something you guys would like? Because I'll definitely do that. Either a video or a live stream. Maybe that'll be next week's Saturday live stream. I'll play the Backrooms. Hopefully we don't get lost in the Backrooms. Maybe I'll find the yarn in there. I think I'll find my yarn in that game. Ay. I gotta mute for a second. Be right. Yeah, I hope I find them too. Alright, Margot's ear is looking horrible. But Margot is almost done. Only 3 hours it took, but here we are. Three hours, all my high school stories, college stories. But I've gained some new friends. I swear I've lost my phone in the back rooms before, but I found it. I couldn't find it for 3 hours. I don't know where it went, but I found it eventually. I have a horrible sense of direction, so I even get lost, so it doesn't surprise me. If the back rooms were real, I'd probably end up in them from getting lost. Alright, sloppy ear. Aw, look at that. That's cute. Kind of, not really. And I'm not filling these with any polyfill. They're just loose dangly ears. So that makes this a little faster. I leave my phone at work more times than I remember to bring it. Then I always have to go back into the break room and grab my phone. I've left my phone at college too before. Oopsies. But funnily enough, I never am late on an assignment or anything. Weird balance. Well, there's Margot's horrible ear. Mind you, this is only the second time I've ever done this properly, so I'd say this is a pretty, except for this, pretty good attempt. Alright, Margot. I'll be making a community post later with all the other plushies I have, and you guys will see the ones I have. Right, Margot, that's your one ear there. Let's make the other one. And I'll put Margot's eyes on, and then I'll end the stream. Probably go eat something. I'm hungry. All right, Margot. It's pretty late too, so I'm gonna go to bed soon. 11 p.m. right now, I think. Where I am. Is it? Not quite. Almost. All right. This graft is too small. Margot's arm fell off. Since what? 9:25 p.m. Margot, why'd your arm fall off, girl? I mean, boy. This is a disaster. Okay, Margot, I'm putting your arm back on. Now, funnily enough, nobody... Oh yeah, his arm definitely wants to go in the back rooms with the yarn. Funnily enough, nobody taught me how to sew. Well, that's too bad, Margot. Your arm is not going anywhere. Okay, there we go. Okay. Now that Margot's arm is back on, hopefully to stay, the last ear and then the eyes, and then we're done. Cursed little Margot. I'm gonna turn down his music a wee bit, it's a little loud. Right, cursed little Margot, let's get you some more yarn because that yellow yarn is done. Don't you fall into the back rooms now. Margot almost fell on the floor, so... Oh god, you're looking at his horrible leg again. I missed that comment. What was that? I'll make sure he doesn't end up in the back rooms. Thank you. Yeah, I honestly have no idea where that went. All right. Here's the scrap of our Margot's ear. Hello, Desiree? Is that how you pronounce that? Welcome in. Ten likes, that's amazing. Thank you guys, honestly. Wow. I have realized I have not moved from this spot for 3 hours. Whoopsies. I haven't had anything to drink, eat, or do anything besides this for 3 hours. My ADHD is ADHD. I think they call it hyperfocus or something. Oh god, the ear's misbehaving now, just like that foot. Okay. What's this last stitch? Random fact, you went to the hospital when you were 2? That's not good. Hopefully it wasn't for nothing serious. Yuki? Let me know if I'm pronouncing that right. Ate 2 whole boxes of ice pops. Sounds like something I would do. Hey Yuki, welcome in. The only time I was ever admitted to hospital when I was little was because I had a high fever. But I don't remember that. Or the time I fell down the stairs. Oh, that's a funny story. I didn't just fall. I rolled down these stairs. Well, there we go. I didn't hurt myself somehow. Too bad. Had a couple stitches, I think. I was like 3 years old or something. I don't know. I don't remember. It was just to make sure I was all right. Well, let's give them some eyeballs now. Which are these super old buttons that I have. And a nose. Which I do have pom-poms somewhere. In this mess of a desk. Oh god, it's all coming crashing down. Alright. see this comments. Marco. Let's give you some eyes, buddy. Let's leave it up to a vote. Does Margot have a brown nose? A little blue nose? Or a white nose? You guys get to decide. While I find some more yarn. Blue? All right. Little blue nose it is. One not. And then the second. All right. Margot's looking rough. Buttons are so hard to sew on. As you can sort of, where did Frank go? Uh-oh, did Frank go in the back rooms too? Gotta keep an eye on Margot because I don't want Margot to go in the back rooms. Oh no, I see Frank. He fell on the floor over there. I can't get to him right now. I gotta move my desk to get that. Oh, Frank. Right, Margot. Looking rough. Can you guys even... Okay, Margot, let's get your other eye in there, buddy. I gotta get a new sewing kit. This one I have is older than me, probably. I gotta learn how to sew eyes better. Right, well. Frank and Margot remind me of those Uggo dolls, or what are they called? Fuglies? Because they're so ugly. Alright, well. I don't know, maybe I know you. Hello. I've never been outside of Canada, so I don't know. If you do know me, I don't know very many people. Alright. There we go, there's Margot's nose. Margot's kind of cute now with the nose, I think. Turned out alright. Not the best thing I've ever made. Maybe you've seen me before on YouTube or social media, I don't know. It's nice to meet you anyways. Oh, I would love to go to New York. I have never left my province, but that's one place I really want to go one day, is New York. That's for sure. Well, there, guys. There we have it. This abomination, Margot. Margot is done. Somehow. No, I'm gonna sew Margot's hands together, I think. Yeah, the entire state. I've seen so much good stuff about New York. I've always wanted to go there. Oh yeah, it's snowing here too. It's been snowing here all month. We didn't have any winter whatsoever up until this month. It's been a pretty lackluster winter. Margot, behave yourself. Well, there you guys go. Margot is done. I mean, if I had professional tools and knew what I was doing, I would buy this. I like this fabric. I will forever have these leggings now. Oh, yeah, Houston sounds like has horrible winters. I mean, summers. It gets pretty hot here too, but not that hot. Long Point? Yeah. I think I've been there. I'm from Ontario, so. You know, Margot looks more like a dog than a bunny, if I'm being completely honest with you guys. But that's Margot. And with that being said, I am going to end this. I really do appreciate. Let me move the camera back. It's very hot in the summer, all middle of the. Oh, I can imagine. Mexico, that's fun. I've never been there. So, bye. Me and Margot want to thank you for watching. And Frank, let me get Frank. Frank has disappeared on me. me, Margot, and Frank want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Anytime is gaming time. Till next time, guys. Well, anytime is making ugly stuffed animals time. Till next time, guys. I do hope I get the chance to travel. I would love to. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next live stream when we play the back rooms, if I can get it to work. Okay, maybe we'll find my yarn in the back rooms. Anytime is gaming time. Till next time, guys. This is Pumpkins Gaming. Signing out. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Have a good one.